Back here at Oxford Lake. We played about 27 games and we're down to the final championship game as the White Plains Wildcats take on the Oxford Yellow Jackets. And Connor, we sit here all day and watch these teams go at it. There's been some great softball from Alexandria to Piedmont to Welborn to Sachs, and now it's down to these two teams and two pitchers.
Yeah, it's our third time to cover White Plains and Oxford today, so it's kind of turned into a best 2 out of 3 series, if you will. But both games have been close. White Plains had the upper hand in the first game, winning 2-1, and then had the same pitching matchup between Snyder and Skinner again in the second game, and Oxford was able to pull that one out 1-0. Skinner only giving up 2 hits, but it seems that they're going to put Waldrop back in the game, who's beaten Alexandria twice today. And we also saw Amber Greenwood warming up for White Plains, so we could be seeing 2 completely different pitchers in the game for this second game of the championship.
And it looks like that White Plains again will be the home team. They won the toss. And I say Greenwood playing at third base.
Yep.
So I think they were just warming Greenwood up just to get her loose in case they might need her.
Snyder's been strong. She ought to be pretty fresh, too. I mean, they had that long break in the day, and like we talked about in both games, I mean, Oxford's really helped them out by swinging at first pitch and getting those first pitch out. So she really hasn't thrown a ton of pitches.
Yeah.
She's looked good. She just hasn't really had any offense behind her, and she hasn't been able to help herself out a whole lot because they've walked her every time she's come up to the plate since she hit that home run back in the first game.
And we can hear the Oxford dugout getting some fire over here in it. As you see Skinner warming up. The road to the finals has been for White Plains. They opened up with an 11-0 victory over Sachs and then defeated Piedmont 6-1. Then they knocked off Oxford 2-1 and then lost Oxford 1-0. Oxford, meanwhile, defeated Ohatchee 6-1, defeated Alexandria 6-2, lost to White Plains 2-1, came back and defeated Alexandria 4-1, and then beat White Plains 1-0.
Yeah, they're hot right now. Beat Alexandria and White Plains back-to-back games. Had 2 great performances from 2 different pitchers. So they've got to feel good about where they're at as a team here in this final championship game of the night.
Haley Liner leading off for the Jackets, and she takes it outside 1-0.
What we've seen from Oxford all day is if they get that leadoff hitter on, they're going to bunt them over with a sacrifice, and they've really come through with the base hits.
Ground ball to third. Greenwood fires over to first, gets the out. And we got one out right off the bat. As again, Oxford swinging for those early pitches in the count. And I think Connor's going to keep up with those pitches this game. I see a little fire in you over there.
I've been trying to. It's hard to commentate and keep up with pitch number at the same time, but I'm going to try to see if I can't do it this game.
Ellison takes it outside.
Shouldn't be too hard for Snyder if they keep swinging those first pitches.
Ellison is on fire, 3 out of 4 in their last 4 at-bats against Snyder. Snyder throws just a great changeup, low and on the knees in the inside corner for a strike.
And that's the best changeup we've seen from her today. She's been leaving it up. That one dropped down in the zone like it's supposed to. All Ellison can do is watch it go by.
Snyder gets it up. Ellison fouls it back. Hanging in there, 2 strikes. Now in this game, both teams have a sense of urgency. Last game, White Plains didn't have that same urgency because they could afford a loss. So now neither team can afford a loss, and so you should see the energy levels quite high on both sides. Change up again. Ellison beats it down. Can she beat it out? The throw to first is going to be.
She dropped it. Mueller did over at first. Brant can't see it.
I cannot see it.
The Oxford players are in his way, but Mueller wasn't able to come up with that. Will look like a good throw from Shelby Wood, so Ellison's going to get on the E3, excuse me. That'll be an error on Mueller over at first.
Stepping in is Morgan Whaley. Now let's take another look at that error at first base. As Ellison racing down the line, trying to beat the throw. There's a shot to Snyder. She knocks it down and is going to fire to first to get the second out.
Good job by Anna, staying calm. Get the ball back to her. Like she had a little bit of trouble finding it as it was under her feet. She's able to get the ball and get the out at first for the second out. But Oxford has been effective with 2 outs today, particularly Larkin, who's up at the plate now. She's had a couple of hard hits and RBIs with 2 outs for the Yellow Jackets.
Kendra Larkin, the cleanup hitter for the Jackets. With Ellison on second. Larkin takes it, swing and a miss. Ellison gets a big lead at second base. She hustles back. The game could be on the line on any pitch.
Yeah, every run is counted in both of these games.
Swing and a miss on a high outside fastball. Not a pitch particularly that Larkin would go after normally, but she misses it.
Yeah, runs have been hard to come by in both of these matchups, as White Plains won the first one 2-1 and Oxford won the last pass and 1-0.
Just takes your breath away, doesn't it, Connor? Oh, a beautiful changeup, and all Larkin could do was just bunt it, and she is out. I've never seen a batter fooled that badly on a changeup, but the inning is over.
Buffering. Common sense here. Oh, hey, Doc. Your monster seems a little slow.
Well, I powered him with the internet from the phone company.
You need Cable One high-speed internet. It's 10 times faster than DSL.
DSL! Bad!
Cable One high-speed internet.
It's monstrously fast.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC's staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center, advanced technology, advanced care.
Wildcats as we go to the bottom half of the first inning.
Riley Waldrop back in the circle for the Yellow Jacks. We talked about earlier. She's beaten Alexandria twice today. She's shut him out. Well, I know she gave up 1 run to him the last game they played. But before every game that Oxford's played, I keep asking Brant, I say, well, who are they going to pitch now, Brant? I mean, why wouldn't you pitch Waldrop after she just beat Alexandria? And he said, now they're going to pitch Skinner. And then I asked him the same thing after Skinner, you know, shuts out White Plains, who they going to pitch? He said, we're going to go back to Waldrop. I'm like, wow, it's just.
How many times have been right, Connor?
You've been right every time, and I've been wrong. They've it definitely got it worked out between these two pitchers.
Waldrop throws a strike. Both of them just.
And they pitched great. I'm not saying that.
You'll go to war with both of them.
Both equally been phenomenal today in the circle, and it's just.
You get a fresh pitcher every game.
It's just hard to imagine not putting somebody back in there after they shut out White Plains. But then I thought the same thing about Waldrop after she beat Alexandria. Like, why would you not put her back in there? But I mean, they're both good. I mean, that's how these two are advertised.
Waldrop throws it down there, gets the umpire's knee, kicks off to the left. Ball.
Really two different styles from Skinner and Waldrop as well. Waldrop's got a little bit more zip.
Waldrop throws it high. Ball 2.
You compared them to Maddox and Smoltz. I think that's a pretty good comparison. Is Skinner really is a Maddox-esque type pitcher.
More finesse. Ball 3. 3-2. Wood trying to get on.
She throws a little more off speed, and she's able to hit her spots, and Waldrop does as well, but she just kind of comes at you with that fastball a little more than Skinner does.
And the ball in the dirt as Shelby Wood gets the leadoff runner on again for the Wildcats. And now Amber Greenwood steps in.
Good at bat by Shelby Wood, doing what a leadoff hitter's supposed to do, working the pitcher deep in the count. They haven't seen Waldrop today, so they do want to see a few pitches from her. Not as familiar with her as they are with Skinner, but on top of that, she's able to go deep in the count and then draw the walk to get on base to lead off the inning with Greenwood to follow.
There's a ground bunt down the third base line, unable to stay in fair territory. Greenwood trying to get Wood to second.
Amber had a couple of doubles the first time these two teams played today. Last game, not so much. She went 0 for 3. She'll look to get back in the hitting column in this third matchup of the day.
But she's put the ball in play all but once. Just took a strike. People kind of lined up around here, all watching this thing come to an end. It's been a long 8 days. Flying off the right side, foul ball.
This White Plains team had a good talking to in between games. We saw both Coach Ford and assistant coach Randall, who's the basketball coach, both trying to pump their team up, and we hear the dugout over there really alive this game.
Here's a chop to the mound. And Greenwood retired. Anna Snyder's going to step in. Let's see what they do. Greenwood mentioned something to Snyder when she went by.
Yeah, like we said, White Plains hasn't faced Waldrop yet, so they're going to be sharing any information they can.
Strike to Snyder, 0-1.
On the outside corner, Snyder was walked all 3 at bats last game with Skinner in the circle for the Yellow Jackets. She did the same thing, try to pitch her on the outside.
Got the corner, strike 2. May have been a little low, but gets the call.
Yeah, but Riley Waldrop comes right at her with 2 straight strikes on the outside corner. Snyder's got a battle with 2 now.
Fly it off to the right side. First swing, I almost, well, I was going to say Snyder really hadn't had a chance to swing much at all.
Well, she hasn't. I'm not even really sure if she didn't really sound like she was ready those first couple of strikes that she was throwing. Maybe a little shocked that they were throwing to her, but got herself in a hole now.
0-2. Line drive caught by Waldrop. Throw to first. Double play.
Wow.
Inning is over. Wow. They go at Snyder and they get out of it.
Self-defense.
No score.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
The tire, arguably the most important part of a car. Without it, we could not stop, we could not go, we couldn't drive at all. They come in all sizes, brands, treads, prices, and ratings. How do you know which is the right tire for you? Thankfully, there's Cobb Automotive, and they have been answering this question since 1981. With a large selection of brands and sizes in stock, you are sure to get the right tire for the right price. Cobb Automotive, located on Highway 21 across from Walmart in Oxford, and 2001 Quintard Avenue in Anniston.
Again, still a beautiful night for softball out at Oxford Lake. The Jackets and the White Plains Wildcats have been going at it all afternoon. They played earlier this afternoon in the championship bracket. White Plains winning 2-1. And then in the finals, Oxford had to win 2 in a row. They won the first one 1-0, so they played a total of 15 innings, and then the score's tied 2-2 between the two.
Yeah, and tough luck there for White Plains at the end of the first inning. Anna Snyder, one of the few times she's been given a chance to hit today, hits it right back at the pitcher, line drive. Waldrop just had to stick her glove out there. Somebody back behind me said that was reflexes.
Trantham takes it for a strike.
But she makes the catch, and then Shelby Wood playing off the bag. I mean, anybody's going to get doubled up in that situation when somebody hits the ball hard at the middle like that. They don't expect the pitcher to catch it.
Mackenzie Trantham takes a change up high, 1-1.
Trantham knocked in the eventual winning run last game on the base hit out to left field.
Fouled off to the left side down the third base line.
She's really hit the ball well all day. The middle of the order hasn't. Whaley, Larkin, and Trantham. They've all three have been dangerous, just as that part of the order should be.
Yes, putting the ball in play, giving the team a chance to score some runs. Just missed outside. 2 balls on a strike. Inside, scoreboard now showing 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And we got a full count. Big spot here for Trantham. Trying to lead the inning off with a base hit or a walk.
She hits a shot off of Snyder, and she might have hurt her hand on that play.
Yeah.
It'll go as a base hit. But let's see if Anna's all right.
Couldn't tell where it hit her exactly, like it may have been her left arm.
It hit some skin out there somewhere.
Yeah, definitely slowed her up. She was unable to complete the play. Let's hope she's okay. She's going to walk it off.
Well, the good news is it looks like she's shaking maybe her face and not her hand. That's the main thing I was worried about. I think it might have got her hand and ricocheted up and hit off her face. We got a replay on it, so let's take a look and see what happened. Snyder picks up a little dirt.
Would expect her to maybe throw a couple of pitches after getting hit like that.
Yeah.
She's going to go right back in there.
Good bunt, but goes foul. There's Sarah Howell trying to get on. You can almost bet the house that Oxford's going to bunt when they get a runner on first base.
That's one of the few times they've been unable to get the bunt down on that first pitch.
Looked like she was trying to be a little too precise with it. Got it down to the first base side, which is where they want to go.
She's going to be safe, as Brent can't see again.
Can't see a darn thing.
But Mueller makes the throw over first base, not in time.
So it goes a clean base hit.
Yeah, it'll be a clean base hit, so Oxford starts the inning off with 2 infield singles.
Let's look at that and see what happened. Runners are at first and second with High. We'll try it again and see if we've got that replay. They've got these jerseys on now. You can't see who is batting. That's Grace Mitchell, number 6 up there. She's again trying to get the bunt down to put runners at second and third with nobody out. And this is a huge inning right here for Oxford. If they can get a couple of runs on the board, that's going to put a lot of pressure on White Plains. The first team to score is going to put some tremendous pressure on the other team. Change up a little looper into left field. That ball is going to drop foul.
Out there pretty close to the line. Didn't look like Rouse was going to be able to make it, or Shelby Wood over there at shortstop. So luckily for the Wildcats, the ball did drop foul as Mitchell still in the 0-2 hole after she couldn't get the sack bunt down to advance the runners over to second and third.
No balls and 2 strikes, nobody out. Trantham and Howell on base. Mitchell fouls off a high, tight one down the right field line. Might want to mention, too, the Sacred Heart officials who've had the county tournaments this year. What a great job they've done all year long.
Yeah, they don't even have a softball team.
Yeah,
so
putting all these things together.
A lot for them to come out here and put this on.
There's a fly ball again down the right field line, headed right towards the old F&M trailer, but going to stay inside the fence, and Jungle Jim will be safe out there.
Mitchell still battling with 2 strikes, staying alive, fouling balls off. Waiting to find a pitch that she can hit hard. Maybe try to knock that runner in over at second base as Oxford's off to a good start here in the top of the 2nd inning with no outs.
Oxford trying to take the lead. We're in the 2nd championship game. Looping fly ball to the second baseman. It's going to be caught as
Hinton,
yeah, makes a nice play.
Good job by Anna Snyder coming back after giving up 2 hits and getting injured in the process of getting that first out. Be a big spot here for her. She can somehow find a way to get out of this inning without giving up any runs to the Yellow Jackets.
Ashley Miller steps in. It would be an excellent time. I always like blending with runners on first and second because it makes people have to cover so many bases, and you always have one base uncovered if anybody charges at all. What you have to do as a defensive team is get the center fielder maybe to come in to cover second. Your shortstop's got to cover third.
You got to think that Miller's going to be taken here up 2-0.
Got the corner. 2-1. I was just thinking a minute, it was such a good thing it didn't hit her fingers, that ball up the middle.
I know, I couldn't tell where it hit her. It looked like it may have hit her left arm.
Foul tipped off. Miller hanging in there, 2 strikes. Miller's been battling all day. Outside, ball 3. Just looking at Miller, she's battled, but she hasn't been able to get any hits. She's only struck out 1 time in her 7 at-bats. And there's a little looper. Shortstop going back, makes a nice play. Fakes a throw to first. As Shelby Wood making a play for the 2nd out.
I'm telling you, she's a player. You can tell that she wants to win this championship game. Back-to-back county championships. The White Plains will be something nice to carry on with you for the rest of your life. Shelby Wood, a competitor, and she makes the 2nd out there at shortstop.
Just a sophomore. Gets the strike. She's always wanting to, once she makes an out, she's always wanting to get the next out.
Yes.
If she gets a hit, she's wanting to get to the next base.
She's so instinctive, too.
Yeah.
You saw that last game when she faked the runner out at second base and tagged her.
Ground ball. Second base picks up and throws to first. And this time I watch it, and it is an out. And the inning is over, and nice job of getting out of a jam by Anna Snyder.
Oops, had a fender bender? Have them tow it or take it yourself to Wesley's Paint and Body. Baker Reynolds and his guys have been this area's go-to team for quality automotive body repair and paint work for years. All makes and models, foreign or domestic. They take them crashed and make them look like new. And with Wesley's larger new facility, including 2 full-size paint booths, they can get you fixed up fast. Always free estimates, best price on repair work, insurance claims welcomed, and service with a smile. That's Wesley's Paint and Body, Highway 78 East in Anniston.
Yes, Mommy's coming over again. Thank you for introducing us.
Of course I love him. And he's never late.
I'm just so happy. He always seems to know the right thing to do. It's not easy to find someone like that. Yes, I'm going to show him the shower. You're so bad. Oh, gotta go. Bye.
For any residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Ted's Plumbing in Anniston, serving Calhoun and surrounding counties since 1985.
Bottom of the 2nd. A lot of goose eggs still on the board. And we've seen some pitching between these 2 teams today.
Yeah, and if anybody's due at the plate, it's the girl coming up, Carly Wood, the cleanup hitter for the Wildcats. She's had a tough go at it today against Oxford in the first 2 matchups. I don't think she's had a hit yet. And she had a good opportunity last game with the bases loaded with 2 outs to knock in some runs. And she's a competitor just like her sister. She's due at the plate, so she'll look to get that going here in the important championship game.
This whole White Plains offense is really due. They've only had 4 hits in the last 15 innings. And no runs.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they're almost not relieved that Skinner's not in there now. Well, I mean, Waldrop's equally as good, but.
And from what I've seen, they're trying to mix up Waldrop's pitches a little more than usual with different speeds.
Yeah, White Plains can hit a fastball. It's really been the off speed and high fastballs that they've had difficulty with today, as Crawley's able to hold off that one.
Oh, whoa, got the strike on the knees. And let's face it, too, the umpires had a pretty wide strike zone on that outside pitch low. You know, right-handers and left-handers.
The gentleman we had in the Alexandria game.
There's a ground ball to third. Larkin bobbles it, picks it up, fires a bullet.
Safe.
And they safe at first base.
I keep forgetting you can't see, Brant.
Yeah.
So I need to be your eyes.
I'm waiting for somebody, anybody, just to react, and nobody moves on those plays. And now we're getting a pinch runner for Collywood to see leads off, and let's take another look at that play at first base.
Having opportunities to stand on some old sacred ground, I often wonder about the.
Looks like we've got 23, Caitlin Cobb coming into the game. She's going to pinch run over at first base. Excuse me. As Lauren puts it down on the ground, and sacrifice accomplished as Lauren Mueller moves the runner up.
Good job by Lauren Mueller getting the bunt down. She had a pretty tough game last game against Oxford. Went over 3, but she does her job there. Bunting over Carly Wood. Of course, she's got the pinch runner out there now on second base. So big spot. I think this is going to be Hinton coming back up in the 6 hole.
Hinton has a chopper to first. McKenzie grabs it, steps on the bag. Looking over to third. As Cobb takes a turn, but she stays there.
Every run in all 3 of these games between Oxford and White Plains have been so crucial. I mean, they've been having to play small ball, bunting those runs over, low-scoring games. It's just, that's a lot of fun to watch.
This is more like state, tournament games when you get to the final 8 at the state, and you get that final 4. Those games are won. I mean, the first one to score a run just about.
And both these teams want to win this county crown.
Oh, yeah.
So bad. I mean, White Plains won it last year, but.
Pop foul.
A little more at stake in a couple of weeks when the regional tournament and state tournament are coming up. But don't tell these teams that. I mean, they put a lot of stock in this county tournament, a lot of pride in trying to compete against these teams around the county.
And White Plains, too, going against the 6A team that's probably going to make a run in the state playoffs as well. Ball is outside. Again, trying to get Dotson to chase it. Dotson wouldn't go after it. 1-2. Waldrop comes high and inside for the strikeout. Her first one in this game. And that'll be the inning. We've completed 2, no score.
Having opportunities to stand on some old sacred ground, I often wonder about the lives of these people. Everybody wants to be remembered, and every life tells a story. Like my great-great-grandfather, he was shot, captured, and held prisoner during the Civil War, but sadly, I don't know how he met my great-great-grandmother. I wish I had an opportunity to read their biography, see their life in pictures, and listen to words of wisdom they may have left for us. So imagine information like this being recorded and stored about your family for your future generations. Miller Funeral Home has partnered with BeRemembered.com so you can be remembered how you choose to be remembered, making your life story extraordinary for your future great-great-grandchildren. I believe in this so much. It's not only free, we will give you a discount for participating. So visit us or log on to our website, MillerFuneralHomeOxford.com, and be remembered by your future generations.
No scores. We go to the third. Beautiful sight here at Oxford Lake. You see the White Plains Wildcats out in the field, the beautiful green grass and the white lights from above. Let's see who's stepping in there for the Yellow Jackets. Haley Liner, the leadoff hitter.
It's kind of hard to see now they get those pullovers on. They do have numbers on the back of them, but it's hard to see from our angle.
Liner takes it as a bullet to Greenwood, who takes it in the air for the first out.
Liner aggressive at the plate again. Hits that one hard. Greenwood in the perfect spot, though. He's able to record the first out.
Just a couple of pitches again. Oxford just not waiting on anything, and it's, you know, no strikeouts for Snyder, which is very rare. But again, they're bunting. Ellison is fired to first base by Snyder to get the out, and 2 quick outs.
Ellison reached on the error in the first inning. White Plains able to get her out this time as she bunts it right back to Snyder. I think in the last game, Ellison actually beat one out. Yeah, that was one of the controversial calls, of close play on a bunt. But White Plains able to get the out here with 2 in the third.
2 outs, no balls and a strike. Snyder pitching to Morgan Whaley. 1-1, just misses.
Not a bad pitch. She's starting to control that changeup a little bit more. Earlier in the day, she was leaving it up high. That one dropped down pretty well. Whaley just laid off of it.
Pitch got the inside corner, strike 2. As you can tell by all the jackets you see on the people in the background, some of the blankets are huddled under. It's gotten a little brisk out here. Strike 3 call in the inside corner. The inning is over quickly. We'll go to the bottom of the third. No score.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
At RMC, we love serving people in the small towns of Northeast Alabama. The lifestyle, the food, the people. But make no mistake, there's nothing small about the care we provide. In fact, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network and have the Blue Distinction Award for cardiac care and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's about the strength of our regional health system.
0-0. As it gets a little cooler. Game's heating up, though. You see the Oxford Yellow Jackets coming into their dugout, exerting some energy. White Plains got just as much energy on their side as they've lined their dugout, sitting on the benches and shouting away. Sarah Howell goes out to the mound, has a few words with Waldrop, and stepping into the box for the White Plains Wildcats is going to be number 9, Lucy Meadows.
I think that's Anna Rouse.
Is that Anna Rouse? I thought Anna Rouse was 30.
No, maybe. Yeah, you're right. That is Lucy. Sorry.
It's all right. Meadows pinch hit in the last game. Metters, okay. That was one of those names I got verbally, so.
And we can tell White Plains just have so much more life this game than they did the last game after that long break during the day.
Strike. Raleigh Waldrop 1-1.
And they're looking to build off the momentum of a 1-2-3 inning from Anna Snyder. Really quick inning as Oxford's helped her out swinging at pitches early in the count. This part of the order really needs to come through for the Wildcats.
Got the strike again. Ball and 2 strikes. Right now, nobody can put anything together. Anything more than 2 hits, very difficult to do. It's going to take somebody to put one in the gap to win this thing. Strike 3 call right down Main Street in Oxford on that one. Riley's second K of the night.
Yeah, she came in there with the change, 2 strikes. threw Metters off a little bit. Hadn't seen that pitch yet, so she's going to be walking back to the dugout with the backwards K in the first out of the inning. It has the number 9 hole hitter, Isabella Pinto, who had only 2 hits of the game for the Wildcats. Last game, hit it hard twice.
Pitch is high. Looked like ball 1.
Got a double and a single. Top of the order was unable to knock her in, though, so she'll look to stay hot.
Pinto takes a strike again on the knees. The pitching had just been relentless. You know, Snyder really seems to crank her game up after a runner gets on. And then Waldrop just seems to be in gear on every pitch. Got the corner again.
Yeah, Snyder, Skinner, and Waldrop have all just competed today for.
How would you like to have those 3 on a pitching staff? Strike 3 call again. 3 straight strikeouts by Riley Waldrop.
And that's 2 strikeouts looking now for the 8 and 9 hole hitters for the Wildcats. Coach Rachel Ford not happy about that one. Got to try to put the ball in play. Pinto may have thought that one was a little bit inside, but with 2 strikes, you got to be swinging away.
Wood fouls it off. Shelby walked her last time up. And she's been finding a way to get on base. She walked in the last game and then walked in the first game of the afternoon with them. So, and has walked here tonight. So she's been on 3 times, all by walks.
She needs to get on base here. White Plains with 2 outs, trying to get something going. Every run so precious between these 2 teams.
Fouled off to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes. Tension building with each pitch as we keep going. We could be here all night before somebody scored.
The innings have just worked out for White Plains to where it's, you know, it's the bottom of their order. And
strike
then
3, or strike 2, excuse me.
They never really start the inning off with the top of their order. They usually start off 7, 8, 9, get a couple of outs, and then Wood comes up with 2 outs. That's what it seems like most of the time last game. So we just have a hard time getting any momentum.
And a strikeout for Waldrop again. She strikes out the side 4 in a row. We've played 3.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You could qualify for a pain-relieving knee brace at little or no cost to you. Get free delivery, and all the paperwork is handled by our accredited suppliers at no charge to you. If you're on Medicare and have knee pain, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost. Call the Health Hotline right now for details toll-free at 877-798-5734. Friendly agents are standing by 24/7 to help you. We also have other pain-relieving braces available for shoulder, ankle, and your back. You may be eligible to receive these items and more at little or no cost to you as well. Call right now for details toll-free at 877-798-5734. Please remember this number, 877-798-5734. Our friendly representatives are standing by now to take your call. Please call us right now at 877-798-5734.
It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters as we are in the finals of the Calhoun County Softball Tournament Championship. Oxford and White Plains. Ball fouled off. Kendra Larkin leading it off. She's 0-1. She hit that one out in front of the plate last time, and the catcher made a nice play throwing her out. Carly Wood. Change up again. Anna Snyder used that change up a whole lot more in this game and effective right on the knees. Good pitch.
Yeah, she's really starting to feel her change up now. Hitting the spot with it that was just dropped down in the zone beautifully.
And there's a chopper down the third base line foul. We were talking during the break. We could be here all night, Connor.
No, I know it. It's been fun, though, man. It's been great softball, great pitching more than anything in defense. And as the runs have been hard to come by, and it just makes each run that much more valuable.
Fouled off to the screen. Larkin hanging in there. When we really look at the numbers, Snyder's pitched now 17 innings, and she's only allowed 2 runs on the whole day. Fouled off again.
Yeah, Snyder got away with one there. Left that changeup up like she has at times today. Larkin just out in front of it, though. She just fouls it off gently to the left side, but that could have easily been hit hard somewhere.
Swing and a miss. Good fastball. As Larkin goes down, that's 2 straight strikeouts now for Snyder. Mackenzie Trantham steps up. Mackenzie.
She had that hard hit back at Snyder in the second inning. And Dave Snyder a little bit was unable to finish the play, and Trantham came up with an infield single. Trantham's really been hot today.
Yeah, 5 hits in her last 7 at-bats. Going back to the Alexandria game where she went 3 for 3. Swing and a miss at a high fastball.
And got her chasing.
No balls and 2 strikes, and you almost feel Emma Snyder now starting to pick up a little bit with the velocity.
You can tell she wants this championship. It's her senior year. She'd love nothing more than to end her career with 2 back-to-back championships.
Change up, and it hits Trantham on the elbow.
There's that difficulty with control of the changeup again from Snyder. She let that one get away from her. And if you're gonna get hit by a pitch, you'd rather it be a changeup like Trantham took theirs. She'll take the free base here with 1 out.
Changeup's a tough pitch to throw because you have a tendency to have a finger hang on to it just a little bit longer. All the fingers got to release just right, and sometimes it doesn't come out of there right. There's a little grounder in the left side. Wood over in the hole, can't get it. And Howell's going to reach with a base hit. And the Jackets got 2 runners on.
Yeah, tough play for Wood. That'll go down as a hit for Howell. I'm not sure if she would have been able to get an out at first or second had she caught the ball cleanly, but good job by her keeping it in the infield.
And Grace Mitchell steps in. She's been hitting the ball pretty well herself. She was 2 for 3. In the game this afternoon, and let's see, 0 for 3 in the last game, but she has not struck out any.
Yeah, and she came up in the second inning with no outs. Runners on first and second, like they are now, was unable to get the bunt down.
There's a little looper to right field. The second baseman is over to make the catch. Nice play by Hinton. And we got 2 outs. And
Oxford has definitely left some runners out there. Is back in the second inning like we were talking about. Had runners on first and second, and Mitchell was unable to get the sacrifice bunt. And then Snyder recorded 2 more outs to end the inning. So Oxford's had their chances.
Miller steps in there. Got the strike on the inside corner again.
But like you said earlier in the game, Brent, she just seems so much tougher when she gets runners on.
Yeah.
She kind of picks up her game a little bit.
Pitches outside, 1-1. You know, we haven't seen very many people try to steal or anything else in this game. It's been a real conservative game as far as bunting and nobody taking chances. Inside corner again on Miller.
Yeah, they do anything they can to advance runners, whether it be a sacrifice bunt or hitting over to the right side. It's been a tough time getting runs.
Miller gets a changeup and misses it. Snyder throws it right down Peachtree, but she couldn't catch up to it. The inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford.
We've been out here a long time,
Auto Sales.
We've been out here a long
time. Do you owe the IRS back taxes? Are you being threatened with levies or garnishments? Is the IRS investigating or auditing you? Don't call the IRS alone. Let our experts negotiate for you so you pay the IRS as little as possible. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS, call now and see if you qualify to pay less.
An important message for Americans in need of health insurance. If there's been a recent change in your life, you are eligible for immediate protection under the Affordable Care Act. If you're uninsured because you missed the enrollment deadline, we can help. To get the protection you need, you can visit the Healthcare Exchange and spend hours exploring your options. Or you can make a single call to Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you at no cost or obligation. Health Markets Insurance Agency searches thousands of health insurance plans on the exchange and off, from more than 120 leading companies like United Healthcare, Humana, and more. We'll find you the right insurance coverage and guarantee the lowest price for plans we offer. And if you qualify for a government subsidy, we'll make sure you get the tax credits you deserve. Talk to us on the phone or meet with a local licensed representative. Why pay more than you have to or risk going without the coverage you need? Put our free service to work for you.
Call 800-797-1292. 800-797-1292.
Amber Greenwood swings at it. No balls and 2 strikes. Or excuse me, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Great opportunity for White Plains to get something going here in the bottom of the 4th. You got 2, 3, 4 up. No better time.
Waldrop fires. Good pitch. Strike 2. Waldrop throws that ball. It's on you like a really fast.
She does, and it's just been an adjustment for White Plains having to go from Skinner to Waldrop. It was a little bit more velocity.
Got it up a little bit. Greenwood's going to lift it towards center field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit.
He's able to get the bat on the ball with 2 strikes. Drops out there, just behind the infield dirt.
Now,
leadoff single.
Now, if you're Oxford, do you walk Snyder to put a runner at second, which then follows up with a bunt, and then you got runners at second and third with 1 out, or do you go at Snyder?
Well, they did pitch to her last time. Let's see.
Yeah, with a runner on.
Yeah, she lined out to first with a double play, so I'd look for Waldrop to pitch her again here on the outside corner.
Ball low. 1-0.
Yeah, you got to throw to her. You can't afford to walk her with no outs and have runners on first and second with 4 and 5 coming up.
The longer it goes, 4 and 5 are due for White Plains. Ball low and outside, 2-0.
But they may walk her anyways, not necessarily intentionally, but they don't want to put anything over the plate. They've been real cautious with her today.
Especially after the 2-run homer and the double in the afternoon contest. Just missed on the corner. They're certainly not getting off that outside corner on the knees very much at all.
No, and Snyder's done a good job holding off of it. I'd probably just look for him to throw another pitch out there again and put her on first.
Got the corner. I listened to Greg Maddox talk this week on a thing, and he said waste pitches. He said he never had waste pitches. He'd always,
about as efficient as they came, wasn't he?
He said if you can throw one on the knees on the outer edge of the strike zone go ahead and throw it. Why wait? Little looper down the right field line.
It's foul.
Foul.
We got it with 2 strikes, full count. Battle back from being down 3-0. What do you go to here, Brant? Where are you throwing it?
Well, I watched them pitch to Anna Snyder 6 times this afternoon, and I think they're going to throw it on the outside corner on the knees. And I think if I was Anna Snyder, I would move a little closer to the plate and try to pop that ball into right field.
Yeah. and she is pretty close to the plate.
They have not thrown her anything inside in a long time. They got it up inside, a grounder to short, and it goes right through Ellison, and it's going to be a boot, and that may be the play that opens the door for the White Plains Wildcats.
That is, and this Oxford infield's been so good today. She just wasn't able to come up with that one as it scoots out in the center field, and they'll have runners on first and second here with Carly Wood coming up, the cleanup hitter. Had a tough day.
It's one of those kind of balls when you're back on your heels just a little bit, and then you got a choppy infield there, and it'll hit you and hit her right on the wrist.
A lot about playing infield is quick decision making. You know if you want to come up on the ball or not, and the infield did look pretty hot when she hit that one. So,
as a shortstop, whenever I would go out in the field, I would always look it over and smooth it out with my foot and try to, because that base gets choppy between second and third when you play all day like this. Strike on the inside corner to Carly Wood. Carly Wood got to hit her last time up. Finally, for her to get on base, so Wildcats got runners with 2 on with nobody out. It's a pitch outside, 1-1. I think all the Oxford fans now starting to get back in their lucky positions, or whatever you want to call it. Line drive to third baseman. Larkin drops it. Can't pick it up and throw anybody out. She was thinking about third, second double play, and now 2 errors have got the Jackets in big trouble.
And this Oxford infield that's been so solid today comes up with, I don't know if you consider that one an error necessarily. Carly Wood hit that ball hard. That's a tough play for Larkins, but Oxford now in a position they haven't been in all day with bases loaded and no outs. They did have White Plains did have the bases loaded last game with 2 outs, and Oxford was able to hold them off, but now you got 5, 6, 7 in the order coming up for White Plains. Really a part of the order that's kind of struggled these last couple of games to produce anything. So let's see how Coach Rachel Ford is going to play this.
Caitlin Cobb is in to run for Carly Wood, and White Plains now. A lot of smiles over there.
It's like Coach Randall's cracking them up. Well, something.
It's a lot easier to be laughing when you got the bases loaded and nobody out.
Yeah.
It's good to see the Wildcats smiling a little bit. Lauren Mueller, one of the clutch hitters for him. So Waldrop now needs some strikeouts.
Really a chance for White Plains to open this one up in a couple of games where runs have been hard to come by.
Got the strike. No balls on the strike.
They may not get another opportunity like this either, Brandon, as good as Waldrop's been today. So they need to take advantage of this opportunity here in the bottom of the 4th.
Fouled it down the third baseline, foul. Thing is, you haven't seen Waldrop throw many changeups, so the White Plains players, you can slowly see them starting to get a bead on the timing off of Waldrop.
And it does look like Oxford. Does it look like Oxford has their infield scooted in, middle infield? I can't really tell. I think they do have a little bit.
Yeah, they need to come home with it, that's for sure. Strike 3 on the outside corner.
No. That's the last thing you can have as a batter up there. Bases loaded, no outs. You got to do something. You got to put the ball in play, at least swing at it. That's the one Coach Rachel Ford is not going to be happy about.
I've seen Raleigh Waldrop strike out the side many a times, and she needs to do it right now to get out of this inning. Got the strike on the outside corner. She's responded with 4 straight strikes.
And like I said a second ago, it's just kind of a part of the order, 5, 6, 7, 8, that has struggled for White Plains the last couple of games. They need to come through here.
Fouled off to the right side. Strike 2.
We've seen Coach Ford sub in a couple of players in the 7 and 8 spots, just giving different players opportunities because she hasn't really found the player that she's comfortable with. We did talk about that she may be doing that for competitive reasons, to maybe motivate different players, but nonetheless.
We're past that now, though, I think.
Nonetheless, it's been a spot in the order that's had a hard time producing anything.
Look for this pitch to be on the outside corner. Ooh, just missed.
Good eye.
We've seen that guy ring that one up.
Yeah. That's one you might want to swing at with 2 strikes, but maybe the umpire cut her some slack that pitch.
Might have been just a hair outside more than normal. Ground ball to second. They're going to have to come home, and they do. They get the force. Big play for the Oxford Yellow Jackets.
Yep.
Ashlyn Miller making a great play. That was huge.
That was big. Waldrop trying to get out of this, what was a bases loaded, no out jam.
With a couple of errors, too.
Yeah, here with 2 straight outs. I think that's going to be Metters coming back up to the plate. This would be a.
Or is that Dotson?
Yeah, Dotson, excuse me.
Outside corner strike. I mean, if you're White Plains, sooner or later you got to say, I'm going to start sitting on that outside pitch and try to hit it to right field.
And this could be a huge missed opportunity for White Plains if they can't come away with something, at least a run.
Oxford had a big opportunity in the top of the 4th as well. Didn't get anything in the top of the 2nd. This is White Plains' first real big threat. Ball on the strike. Johnson sets. Waldrop fires. Fouled off, strike 2.
Dotson 1 strike away from getting out of this what could have been a disastrous inning without giving up any runs.
White Plains has been able to fight, but on 2 strikes, they've just been killed on an outside pitch on the knees, and let's see if Oxford comes with it again. This time they didn't go after it. The ball was out there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and the bases loaded. County championship on the line. White Plains and Oxford. High. Dotson lays off of it. We got a full count now. Bases loaded. Everybody should be running.
Oh boy. Bases loaded, full count, 2 outs. Dotson did a good job of holding off on that pitch. A high one that her and several of her teammates have gone for.
Any kind of ground ball could be trouble. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Waldrop pitches out of a huge no-out jam. Game still tied. We played 4.
Listen, if we even think you owe us money, you won't know what hit you. We'll put liens on everything you own. Raid your bank accounts, retirement fund, pension. You'll open up your paycheck and cry because we'll already have the money. We'll haul you into federal court and you might even go to jail. Hey, it's our job.
Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. Our experts will fight for you using IRS guidelines to stop any IRS actions like bank levies or wage garnishments. Plus, eliminate penalties and interest and reduce your past tax bill so you pay the IRS less. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a tax doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
I'd have my mom call the number on the screen. You come see me alone. We'll work it out. Really, we will.
Nothing as we go to the 5th at a very cool Oxford Lake as we come upon the 10 o'clock hour. And what a pitching performance by Riley Waldrop. 2 strikeouts to get out of a bases loaded, no out jam.
Oh, you saw her come to the dugout with a huge smile on her face of relief as she had bases loaded, no outs. And we get 3 straight outs, 2 of them strikeouts looking by the Wildcats.
And the Oxford infielder that made that made the 2 errors were really feeling good about it too.
Yeah.
You always feel good when you boot one if you can get out of it with nobody getting hurt.
You can always forget about the errors if they don't lead to anything, but huge missed opportunity for White Plains.
1 ball and no strike as Amber Dempsey steps into the box and she flicks it off to the right side, foul. 1-1 the count.
She had a nice base hit last game. I think that was last game against Alexandria. Let me check real quick. Yeah, she did have a double in the 3rd inning of last game. Hard hit ball to left center.
Line drive to second, right through the legs of Hinton. And as the nerves are starting to get a little edgy, the 3rd error here in the last inning by both teams. And the Jackets got a runner on first with nobody out.
If you hit the ball hard somewhere, there's a good chance that somebody's going to kick it around. And Dempsey hits the ball hard again. It's hitting over there at second, just was able to sit down on it.
Here's the bunt. Nice job by Liner. The throw to second is going to be in time for the out. A great play.
You gotta love Shelby Wood, man. She's over there at second base, catching the ball from Greenville for the out, and just gets up, pumped up. I mean, that's a play they haven't made all day. That's
a tough play to make.
As Oxford has been able to sack bunt at will and advance that runner to second. So Greenwood, great job of being aware that she had a chance for the play, and she's able to get the out.
Fouled off, and once again, you got to have somebody telling you to make that play also, because as a third baseman, you need a little help, but sometimes you have a gut feeling too when you look at the runner. If you can get it on the first, if you can get on the first hop, you might have a shot at it.
And if you hesitate too long, that runner first could likely be safe too. So you got to think that they were probably communicating that out there. Good job by the infield.
Good change up. Was it a strike?
I called it a ball.
No, 1-1. Snyder wanted that one. Right on the knees, maybe a tad low. Ellison, she's had some success against Snyder. There's a shot. Snyder grabs it, fires it to Wood. It's throw to first. Not in time.
Smart play by Snyder. Turn it to second to get the second out and give him a chance for the double play. Ellison was just too fast for that one, but it's a big second out for the Wildcats as Whaley, the three-hole hitter, comes up with 2 outs.
Snyder's only had 1-2-3 inning. She's been pitching out of a little bit of trouble most of the night. There's a high pop. It's going to be fouled. It'll land on top of the Oxford dugout for a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
Snyder's only got 3 strikeouts in the game. Whaley was a victim in one of those back in the third as she struck out looking.
We're in the 5th, getting colder by the minute. High. One ball and 1 strike. Snyder grabs a little dirt. Change up. Thought Wood was going to snap a throw to first, but didn't.
Yeah, she's starting to figure that changeup out. It's really dropping down in the zone. And Oxford just doesn't know what to do with it. They just sit there and watch it. I mean, what do? You're just not expecting it. You're waiting for it to come back down.
Ground ball in the hole. Wood going to come to first with it. Going to make the play on Whaley. And once again, the inning is over, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. No score.
Being a doctor, I know the symptoms of a heart attack. To experience them yourself is something completely different. When I woke up with severe pain in my arms and chest, I hesitated. When the pain persisted, I chose RMC. Thanks to RMC's staff and Dr. Yamamura, my bypass surgery was a success. It's comforting to know we have quality doctors right here in Calhoun County. Regional Medical Center, advanced technology, advanced care.
Yes, Mommy's coming over again. Thank you for introducing us. Of course I love him. And he's never late. I'm just so happy. He always seems to know the right thing to do. It's not easy to find someone like that. Yes, I'm going to show him the shower. You're so bad. Oh, gotta go. Bye.
For any residential or commercial plumbing needs, call Ted's Plumbing in Anniston, serving Calhoun and surrounding counties since 1985.
Lucy Metters coming up, leading off the bottom half of the 5th inning. And as you mentioned, Connor, it seems like the 8 and 9 hitters have been coming up and kind of breaking up that top of the order from getting anything going. But if they could ever get a couple of people on, they're really going to set the table.
Yeah, they're at the same part of the order they were in the third, 8-9-1.
Yeah.
And Waldrop struck out the side in Metters, Pinto, and Wood, so she'll look to have a repeat performance.
In fact, 6 of the last 7 outs had been strikeouts by Waldrop. She opens up with a strike to Metters. Pops it up. For the
I'm sure
strike.
Coach Ford's been telling her players, particularly at the bottom of the order, 4 of the 6 strikeouts have been backwards case. They've been looking. They've gotten outs with a bat on their shoulder. She's telling them to be aggressive with 2 strikes. Put something in play. I mean, you got to choke up on the bat, open your stance up a little bit. Just
get the bat on the ball.
Yeah, just try to do something. You can't just watch a 3rd strike.
There you go. Foul down the right field side. With 2 strikes, Hawks has been wearing out that outside corner on the knees, and by now you got to be thinking it's coming.
And Meadows needs to watch out for that high fastball that Waldrop can throw. It tends to rise, kind of tricks the hitter, as the majority of them are going to swing under it. So she just needs to continue to battle with 2 strikes, trying to get something in play.
Here's the 0-2. There's a fly down the right field side. It's going to be caught in right field by Amber Dempsey for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. One thing you can say about Waldrop and Skinner for Oxford, and of course Snyder for White Plains, is these guys have made very few mistakes on the mound tonight, and just have not given the batters really anything good to hit, period.
I know, and when you have somebody on the other side that's pitching like that, you just can't afford to make mistakes.
There's a fly ball, center field, liner over easily under it for the 2nd out. And we'll go to the top of the order again with Shelby Wood. Every time you go through the top of the order, you think, well, like maybe they'll get a run.
I know it seems like Shelby Wood's having a hit with 2 outs every single time, other than, of course, the 1st inning. But she's plenty capable of getting something going with 2 outs.
Shelby Wood stepping in. Waldrop fires low and in the dirt. Ball 2. Wood's not been able to get the ball in play much, but she's been a pest by drawing walks and getting on bases. But
she's seen a lot of pitches from Waldrop.
Got the strike on the outside corner once again. 2 balls and a strike. Everybody trying to figure out, both coaches as hard as they can, how can we get a run in this game? In the dirt. You got 2 great pitchers going, and as the night gets cooler and cooler, it gets tougher and tougher to hit the ball. Low and in the dirt, and there's the walk. But again, there's 2 outs.
Something we haven't seen from Waldrop much tonight, other than Shelby Wood's first at bat. In the top of the 1st inning, she did walk to lead the game off. But she'll walk again here to try to get something going with 2 outs as Amber Greenwood comes up at the plate.
Table set. Can Greenwood deliver? Ball inside. Snap throw to first. Diving back in is Shelby Wood. You got to figure she's getting every inch she can get off that base.
Well, if anybody's going to do it, if anybody's going to break through offensively for White Plains, it's either going to be Greenwood or Snyder.
Swing and a miss.
2 players that have really put this program on their back the last few years. They've played in the big games, won a county championship last year. So,
which leaves the question: do you go ahead and try to steal Wood here, even if she gets out, and then you got Greenwood and Snyder coming up?
That's true.
That's the worst case scenario. There's that fly ball, left field. Whaley's going to come in, make the play, and we're done in the 5th inning. No score still.
Having opportunities to stand on some old sacred ground, I often wonder about the lives of these people. Everybody wants to be remembered, and every life tells a story. Like my great-great-grandfather, he was shot, captured, and held prisoner during the Civil War, but sadly, I don't know how he met my great-great-grandmother. I wish I had an opportunity to read their biography, see their life in pictures, and listen to words of wisdom they may have left for us. So imagine information like this being recorded and stored about your family for your future generations. Miller Funeral Home has partnered with BeRemembered.com so you can be remembered how you choose to be remembered, making your life story extraordinary for your future great-great-grandchildren. I believe in this so much. It's not only free, we will give you a discount for participating. So visit us or log on to our website, MillerFuneralHomeOxford.com, and be remembered by your future generations.
As the work hour draws near, the game still being played out here at Oxford Lake. It's a marathon. No scores. We go to the 6th. The Calhoun County High School Softball Championship on the line. Just great pitching. Anna Snyder, Ronnie Waldrop hooked up in a masterful pitching duel. Both pitchers really sort of similar styles. Defense playing well, big plays, and let's just see what happens as you continue onward. Leading off for the Jackets is Kendra Larkin. Change up, which Snyder has been so brilliant with in this last game, is over for a strike.
Going back to the pitching performances from both teams, they've each bent a little bit, but they haven't broken. They've had runners on base.
There's a shot in the hole. It's going to go into left field for a base hit. And Kendra Larkin gets things started for the Jackets in the top half of the 6th.
But up until this point, they've gotten the outs that they've needed to. And it's still a 0-0 game here in the top of the 6th, but it's a big hit by Larkin. She's had a good day. She leads the inning off for the Jackets here in the late goings with a single.
Oxford has had the leadoff hitter on 3 times and the number 2 hitter on twice in this game. Ball in the dirt.
Not surprisingly, they're going to try to bunt her over.
Yep.
White Plains, possibly Greenwood over at third again, can get her hands on the ball fast enough. Look to see her try to get the force at second.
White Plains did a good job. They know Oxford bunting now. They're trying to get the ball in a position where they can't bunt it from the pitch. That's one way to stop it. Little high one. Slap down again. Greenwood again going to go to second.
Great play.
And did they get her? Yes. I couldn't see the umpire making the call. And if she slid, she might have gotten in on that play.
Great play, just like last time. Greenwood gets the ball quick enough, turns around, makes a great throw to Shelby Wood over at second base. That's a big out for White Plains.
That's such a hard play to make because as a third baseman, you just don't practice that throw very often.
You got the entire outfield out there behind you if you overthrow.
And it's the strike changeup to Sarah Howell. But as a third baseman, you just don't ever practice that particular throw that close to home plate. And you got to turn, you got to fire a strike.
Yeah, it's not an easy play. Greenwood's made it twice tonight, but that's definitely not an easy play.
There's a high foul.
It's going to stay in play, maybe.
It's fouled off. Let's take a look at that play at second base again. Just got there.
Yeah, she had slid.
She might have made it, or she would have made it very tough for that umpire to call it out.
I don't think she realized that Greenwood was going to come to second. She assumed that.
That's where your first base coach has got to be hollering, or either your third base coach. And maybe they were, but she didn't hear it.
She should have realized that last time they sack bunted it. Greenwood was aggressive and went to second.
Here's a foul back, but you could see her pulling up.
Yeah, definitely.
As she was coming into the screen.
Yeah, she had no idea the ball was coming to second.
It's one of those plays where I would go diving in head first to get there. No balls and 2 strikes. Got Trantham down there on first base. Once again, the Wildcat defense playing superb in some of these plays, just making very difficult plays look easy. Ground ball past Snyder. Flip to second. Got her. Nice play by Hinton for the play.
Good job by Hinton getting that ball up the middle. Able to flip it to Shelby Wood quick enough to get the force out at second. There were 2 outs. Oxford still got a runner on first. Has been unable to advance that runner since Larkins leaded the inning off with a single.
Fouled off. Grace Mitchell. We've got a replay on that last play at second base, so let's take a look at it. Here's the pitch. You see the ball gets past Snyder. Hinton comes over, makes a nice play, flips the ball, doesn't come up and throw it, just stays low and throws it from a low position to get the out. Sometimes if you raise up and throw it, then you don't have time to get that runner, so she's been taught the fundamentals. 1-1. Low and inside. 2 balls and a strike to the 7th grader. That's not Howell, I'm sorry, excuse me. That's Grace Mitchell up. Howell was on first base.
It's hard to tell when they got those pullovers on.
Yeah, it is. Swing and a miss on a low inside pitch. Throw down to first. Howell back. Looks like Howell's got a little dirt on her. Great shot all the way across the diamond there. You don't see that very often.
Carly's just making sure she's awake over there at first.
Used to hate that as a had a friend that was first baseman. I catch her make that snap throw down there on a cold day.
Having to dive back, yeah, that was never fun.
Ball flying in there, gloves and everything, and just
feel like they're picking on you sometimes.
Yeah. Whatever it was, you knew it was going to hurt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 6th. Change up, it's drilled into left field for a base hit. Grace Mitchell was kind of sitting on that thing and got a good swing at it and popped it into left field, and the Jackets got runners at first and second. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's one of the few changeups she's left high. She's done a good job of locating it throughout the game as it's been dropping down to the zone pretty effectively. She left that one up, though, and gave Mitchell a chance to put a bat on it. She did that. She singles out to left field, and now Oxford's got runners in scoring position with 2 outs.
Chloe Stone in to run for a happy Grace Mitchell. Here's a replay on that single. We'll take a quick look at that. There you see her adjusting her swing and just getting enough on it to pop it out into left center field for the base hit.
Yeah, see that tall grass out there, how much it slows down.
It's like hunting Easter eggs, huh?
It is. Let's see. I guess they're figuring out the pinch running situation.
Yeah, I guess the umpire's hands are getting a little cold as well. He doesn't have much time to think about it, but your base umpire, he's the one that really gets cold. Ball looked high, but they called it a strike.
Yeah, that certainly looked high. First strike.
I'm not sure that Ashland could have hit that ball. She was standing on a footstool. There's a line drive into right field. Is it going to go? Yes, it goes into right field. They're going to wave the runner. No, they hold her up for some reason.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. You got to take a shot at that, don't you, Connor?
You do. You do.
2 outs. Man, you got to take a shot at it.
Give yourself a chance. As difficult as runs have been to come by today, you got to take a chance. You got a runner on second and a slow ball hit like that out into right field. But nonetheless, they'll have bases loaded now with Dempsey, the 9-hole hitter, coming up. She's hit the ball hard. She had a single her last at bat. So,
boy, the Jackets had a chance to.
They did have a chance.
Go ahead 1-0.
Dempsey will look to erase that chance and by knocking in a run herself.
Dempsey swings at that first pitch.
It probably would have been a pretty close play at the plate had they sent the runners as a good throw from right field.
Throw was up the line, though. Would she have gotten underneath it or before the ball got there? We don't know. Never know. Snyder pitches. Line drive left field. It's going to be caught by Amber Greenwood. A diving, sliding catch out behind third base to preserve the game. Tied 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
At RMC, we love serving people in the small towns of Northeast Alabama. The lifestyle, the food, the people. But make no mistake, there's nothing small about the care we provide. In fact, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network and have the Blue Distinction Award for cardiac care and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer.
It's not about the size of the town. It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's about the strength of our regional health system.
Nothing. Oxford now has left 10 runners on base. White Plains 5. Then we go to the bottom of the 6th. This may be White Plains' best shot at it here in regulation as they bring up the middle of their order, 3, 4, and 5. They've been showing signs of life. Carly Wood's gotten on her last 2 times with a single and an error. Snyder's been hot all day. And Lauren Mueller maybe looked a little better even though she struck out in her last at bat again.
And they've been throwing to Snyder on the outside corner. They've walked her once, but
got it up, but it missed out. No, they called it a strike, a late call. No balls on a strike.
Excuse me, they did not walk Snyder. She put the ball in play both times. She reached on an error last time.
Popped it up. It's coming right back at me. And fortunately, there's a nice lady standing beside me that was going to sacrifice herself for me.
I thought you were about to scream, Brandon.
Nah, I was just calmly watching it. But the lady next to me, calm, would not describe her at all.
Well, Waldrop comes right at Snyder now, up 0-2. See if she doesn't go to the changeup.
Ooh, just missed on the outside corner.
Wow.
I wouldn't take one out there on
That's a tough one to
this
watch.
home plate umpire, yeah.
He's been a little more gracious with 2 strikes, though.
You got to wonder if they'll throw her change up. Off-speed pass. She belted it. Deep right center. It's caught by Haley Liner. Great running catch.
What a play. I thought that ball had a chance to get out.
It did.
She hit that.
Hit the daylights out of it.
Field. Yeah, just a shot. But Liner had a great jump on it. Able to make a fabulous play to retire the dangerous Anna Snyder here in the bottom of the 6th.
We got a replay on that too, so let's take a look at it. There's the pitcher screaming no. The umpire's looking at it. Everybody, you notice everybody's heads are looking up. Here's the pitch to Carly Wood. She drills one down the third baseline.
That's a huge out, most dangerous hitter in the order for the Wildcats, and you got Carly Wood, who's put the ball in play this game. She struggled throughout today, but she'll be looking to start the inning off for her. But Waldrop's been equally as effective as Skinner was against the Wildcats in the first 2 matchups today.
Both teams just making play after play in the field. It's been the pressure's just really mounting too as you get into this situation where you're late in the game and 1 run wins it.
After the first 2 games, really no surprise that we're in the spot that we are now.
Not at all.
0-0 score, bottom of the 6th.
Looping fly ball to the second baseman, going to be caught. Ashlyn Miller makes the play. And the thing about White Plains today, once they go through 1, 2, and 3, they pretty much had nothing else going on. So the Jackets look like they may have 2 more innings of, not much of a threat. Well, let's take another look at that replay on that catch by Haley Liner. As you see here, running into deep right center. Nice catch, leaping play. And while we were away, Mueller grounded out the short, and the inning is over. And we'll go to the 7th. No score. The game that won't end.
Hey, common sense.
Whoa, why so slow?
Got internet from the phone company.
And the more things we turn on, the slower everything goes.
No, DSL might have been okay in the past, but not anymore. The more tablets, laptops, and smartphones you have, the more you need the speed of Cable One high-speed internet.
Yeah, I think we've reached a new low and slow.
Yeah. Cable One, it's just common sense.
The tire, arguably the most important part of a car. Without it, we could not stop, we could not go, we couldn't drive at all. They come in all sizes, brands, treads, prices, and ratings. How do you know which is the right tire for you? Thankfully, there's Cobb Automotive, and they have been answering this question since 1981. With a large selection of brands and sizes in stock, you are sure to get the right tire for the right price. Cobb Automotive, located on Highway 21 across from Walmart in Oxford, and 2001 Quintard Avenue in Anniston.
You see the zeros. We're in the 7th. Great plays all over the field this afternoon. Huge pressure now. Anything can happen on any play to cost you the game as we go to the 7th. Leading it off is Haley Liner, who made that great running catch in center field last inning. And let's see if the Jackets, who've left 10 runners on, can get something going.
And she hasn't. Well, she did reach base back in the 5th. She got out on the fielder's choice.
There's a high pop. Hinton under it. It's going to make. Drops it.
No.
She dropped it. It went right off her glove. Bless her heart.
Man.
And if you're Haley Liner, maybe you should have been running and been on second base, too.
Yeah. There's lack of concentration by Hinton. That's a play that she makes 9 out of 10 times. And
now Taylor Edelson up. We can bet the house she's going to bunt it, but she wants to get it down to the first base side, not to third. And she gets it to third. Wood comes out and makes the catch. And poor execution by Taylor Ellison. Another good defensive play by the Wildcats.
Yeah, good job by Liner getting back over at first. She could have easily had been headed to second, not paying attention, but luckily for the Yellow Jackets, she's able to get back and prevent a double play.
Fouled off. You know, it's funny, Oxford has executed so well on the bunts most of this day, but in the last 2 or 3 innings, they've really hurt themselves with 10 people being left on base and not really being able to execute the bunts. They could have maybe gotten a run or two in there somewhere.
They have, and give credit to White Plains of playing well defensively.
Ball outside, especially Amber Greenwood doing a tremendous job of charging those things from her third base position and making 2 improbable throws. Ball 2. 2 balls on the strike.
Whaley 0 for 3 today. She struck out and looking back in the 3rd inning. She'll look to try to get something going. Only 1 out around first.
Steiner throws the changeup and popped up to the second baseman. And that had to be a little shaky to get one right after you just dropped one early.
It was a little shaky for everybody after seeing her drop that first one, but good for her. She's able to come down with that one for the second out.
Yeah. You could sort of feel the air sucked out of this place while that ball was up in the air.
Yeah, you never want to see somebody lose a game that way.
Kendall Larkin steps in. Singled her last time up. Swing and a miss. Outside part of the plate, 0-1. We're 0-0 in the 7th. Foul, right field line. Out of play, no balls, 2 strikes.
It's going to be a real missed opportunity for Oxford if they can't come up with any runs in the top of the 7th. With the top of their order up, 1, 2, 3. And you got White Plains. I think White Plains is towards the middle of their order next inning, so very likely could be the game in the bottom of the 7th if Oxford can't get anything here.
Looking over at White Plains, they got 6, 7, and 8 coming up. Foul down the left field line.
Yeah, 6, 7, and 8 a struggle for White Plains, so it was a really good opportunity to try to get it on the board with the top of the order for the Yellow Jackets and a portion of the order for the Wildcats that both Skinner and Waldrop have been able to shut down.
Well, a failure to get a bunt down here has been a problem for the Jackets because they really wasted a couple of bats when they could have had a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and Larkin nearly went around that time. I almost thought that Wood maybe should have appealed to the infield umpire.
Pitch fouled off. Liner on first. She'll trot back.
And Larkin's a dangerous hitter. She can hit the ball hard and deep out there somewhere if she's able to find a gap. That runner from first could likely score.
Oh, foul. Hit off her face mask of her helmet. Never seen that happen before.
It's a good thing she had the face mask.
Yeah, I know. I don't think I've ever seen anybody hit the ball off the bat and come back and hit them right in the face.
She's back in there, ready to go.
Thank goodness for that. You don't see that on the boys' side, those bridges like that. I don't think. Here's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. The inning is over. Once again, Oxford leaves a runner on. They're 11th. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Still no score.
Who did you let down today? Your wife? Your kids? Well, how about yourself? Take a look in the mirror. If you're tired of your drug and alcohol problem, you need to fix the problem, and right now, before you hurt or kill yourself, or worse yet, somebody else. Call the addiction specialist now at the Reset Addiction Treatment Helpline. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll find you the right treatment regardless of your financial situation. When you call right now, you'll speak to a recovering addict who understands what you're going through right now. Let us help you break your addiction to drug and alcohol before it's too late. This call is completely confidential and free. So take 5 minutes of your time and call us right now. We're here answering the phone. I promise it'll change your life.
Call right now, 1-877-798-5754. 1-877-798-5754. That's 1-877-798-5754. 1-877-798-5754.
Well, normally about this time, I'd be settling in. The 10 o'clock news would be over with. Maybe watch a little Letterman or go to bed, but we're out here with a few other 100 hardy souls as White Plains tries to win the county championship here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ashlyn Hinton leading it off. She hits a fly to the right side, foul. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, with 6, 7, 8 up and Hinton, Dotson, and what has been Metters in the air hole, they've changed that up a little bit the last couple of games. It's been a part of the order that struggled for White Plains to produce any runs, to get any base runners, so it'd be something that they could get runners on here and give them a chance to win.
Line drive up the middle, base hit. Ashlyn Hinton knocks it by Miller into center field for a leadoff single. And that's the first hit by the 6, 7, 8 spot in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's good to see Hinton come up with a base hit for the Wildcats after dropping that fly ball last inning that ended up not costing the White Plains any runs, but it'll be, let's see, we got Dotson back in the 7 hole. She struck out twice today, once swinging. Last time she struck out looking, but she'll look to get the bat off her shoulder this time and try to put one in play.
She's going to try to bunt it. Oxford couldn't get the bunt down in their top half of the inning. Let's see if White Plains can. Oxford not charging from the first base side, but this is a bunt where you've absolutely got to put the ball on the right side.
This is crucial. And I think Hinton's got pretty good speed at first. She's got to make sure she gets a good jump, but also be aware that Dotson could pop the ball up. Don't want to force a double play.
She gets the bunt down, foul. You're just not turning the bat right. You want to keep the bat more open and have it pointed towards first base because you want to get the ball down the right side. You don't want it at an angle, then it's going to go down the third base side.
Yeah, that's when all that bunting practice, I'm sure Coach Ford practices bunting every week with her team, when it really pays off in these kind of spots, when a bunt can be huge.
She turns around, she gets it down on the right side. Nice job. Trantham picks it up, throws it. It goes into right field. Hinton stops at third. The Wildcats got runners on second and third. And a huge mistake.
And the Oxford infield's been a little bit shaky in this one, as Coach Ford, I thought made a good decision holding up Hinton over at third. He got no outs. No need to try to force.
The problem Oxford has right now, they've got to pull their entire outfield in.
Yep.
Now, ordinarily you would want to walk this hitter to load the bases. But if you walk this hitter, then you run the chances of bringing up the top of the order.
I think you got to walk her. I think you got to have a force. I think you do, even though it is the 8-hole hitter.
Well, this girl hasn't played a whole lot today, just a couple at bats. Do you take a chance that Waldrop can strike her out?
Walt Pinto, because Pinto's.
All right, let's take a look at the replay on first. The throw by Trantham, and she just threw it on the wrong side of the bag, and it goes into right field. Wow. This game could turn on an unearned run. And pinch hitting now is Rouse, who's normally a starter. So like you probably got a walker. They're going to try a bunt. Squeeze might have been on.
You got first base coming in.
Yeah.
Third base is staying back. So
that's a possible play since you got the runner on second. If the play at home doesn't work out, you still got a runner at third with one out. So do they try to suicide bunt? Ball in the dirt, blocked.
Oh, no.
By Howell. Snap throw, almost got her. She goes diving back into third base. Wow.
That can't happen. You can't have a close play like that. No, not without her putting the ball in play.
You can't get picked off at third. They're trying to figure out what to do here. In this case, I think if you bunt it, you want to bunt it down the third base line so that you'll have the third baseman.
Yeah, third base
and the
line
runner in the way, maybe.
Yeah, the way Oxford has been playing it, having the first baseman come in, I don't think the pitcher could get there. And if she does lay a good bunt down the third base line, I would think Hinton could score from third.
At the same time, you got to remember, you got to put the tag on her, which goes back to, maybe you should walk this hitter to load them up.
Right.
No matter who's coming up. Oh, wild pitch. Here comes the winning run. Hinton slides in. She's safe. White Plains wins the county championship on a wild pitch. Can you believe it? Wildcats are jumping all over the place over there. An unearned run wins this ball game. And we're going to see if we can take a moment here and come right back as this game is ended. The umpires are leaving and go out on the field and join the celebrations over there. And hopefully we won't have it so quick. Okay, let's look at the replay. While they going to give out the trophies here, I see the officials from
Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart out there.
It's a tough game to lose, though, for either team it would have been, but especially you feel for Waldrop.
Here's the winning replay. The ball hits in front of the plate, and in comes Hinton with the winning run.
What an image there. You got a good shot of the White Plains dugout jumping up and down as Hinton scored the winning run. But what I was going back to, such a tough game to lose for Oxford and the pitcher performance that Riley Waldrop had.
We'll take a short break and be right back.
At RMC, we love serving people in the small towns of Northeast Alabama. The lifestyle, the food, the people. But make no mistake, there's nothing small about the care we provide. In fact, we're a member of the UAB Cancer Network and have the Blue Distinction Award for cardiac care and are rated in the top 5% in the country by the Commission on Cancer.
It's not about the size of the town. It's not about the size of the town.
It's not about the size of the town.
It's about the strength of our regional health system.
Have you got the new car itch but don't want to take the plunge with a brand new car? How about getting the most car for the money at Avery Auto Sales? They have a large selection of cars with even some 2014s in the mix. And if you're worried about your credit, don't. They can help get you back on your credit feet with guaranteed approval. Check them out online at AveryAutoSales.net. Then when you see something you like, call them at 256-835-8897 for a test drive. Or just go by. Avery Auto Sales is located on Highway 78 East between Highway 78 and Snow Street in Oxford. That's Avery Auto Sales.
The runner-up goes to the Oxford Yellow Jackets. They put up a tremendous fight this year as they ended up losing in the championship game 1-0. And we'll see if we can get the White Plains coach over here. And we've got Coach Rachel Ford in here as her team is about to get the championship war. And we're on this trophy over here. Coach, it seems like I'm always interviewing you after a successful tournament here, but congratulations to your kids. They played some fantastic softball this afternoon.
Thank you. You know, it wasn't always pretty, but I'm so proud of the guts we showed. You know, I felt like it was a total team effort, but I can't say enough about Anna Snyder. She just basically put the team on her back and carried us across the finish line.
And Amber Greenwood making some of those very difficult throws from the catcher spot almost and getting those runners to second base.
Yeah, you know, I've said for a long time, Amber Greenwood's one of the most competitive people you're going to see, and she just didn't want them taking second. Plays that she made definitely made a huge impact for this.
Well, you guys today in this tournament, you're playing like one of the top 5A teams in the state and one of the top 6A teams in the state, and so the pitching was much tougher, so you didn't get all that hitting from your 5 through 8 hitters, and you really had to scrap for runs.
That's right. We had to find ways to score in different directions, and some of us are struggling at the plate right now, but we're going to work on it, and I'm hoping at the area and thereafter that we're going to be hitting the ball a lot more solid. These teams definitely make us better for the playoffs.
That's right. Well, Coach, congratulations again on another great victory here.
Thank you.
Good luck to you guys.
Thanks a lot.
There you have Coach Rachel Ford, game winning here tonight for the White Plains Wildcats as they take the county tournament, winning 1-0, and that's going to be I guess a wrap from here, as we've seen some great softball on this night, and we can all go home now and get in bed and warm up just a little bit.
This has been an exclusive sports production of FNN, the Friday Night Network.